All of my dreams are repressive. Every one of the people I know is alone in summer land. All of my ethics possessive. Because I have rules when I can rent, check, date, and sign. All the young and old got to have something for their mind. I'm the kind who needs to save my senses. Will you work my shift? I cannot stay around. I would never wear that suit and tie. Please keep my fish alive, something with my mail. Then before I'm on my door, keep me moving like before. Help me get back to Antietam. They got chains for your trouble. They got a meal for your meager aspiration. I'll be bathed in blue in them bygone ringing springs. One of us will live to see tomorrow. I was born twice the same morning. First one the real one, the second when the doctor felt the big good. I sent the baby food soaring. Splashed it over my bed and it's spilling a pile all over the wood. I have often crawled out from my playpen by myself, chewed upon the wrong electric wiring, and I'd fly out in my sleep and cannot why. Probably dreaming someone let me fall. My jaws are so sore from me to pushing through, and all I do is sleep and coo. Cows come home and blow more blood. Help me get back to Antietam. They got chains for your troubles. They got a meal for your meager aspiration. I'll be bathed in blue in them bygone ringing spring. One of us will live to see tomorrow. Roll me out slowly, I'm riding. Roll me out fast, I'm a part of the past, and my last piece of pie. Pull out the bedclothes and hiding. Stow at the crows, war provided, you know what the book breaks confide. Maybe in your leaves, I'll be glad to spend some time. I'm the guy who needs to save my senses. And if ever you become a dewdrop on the wine, I will be the one who let it fall. And I'll slide inside when I hear you in the line. We'll be there to take it out. I'll be here to move outside. Help me get back to Antietam. They got chains for your troubles. They got a meal for your meager aspiration. I'll be bathed in blue in them bygone ringing springs. One of us will live to see tomorrow. Help me get back to Antietam. They got chains for your troubles. They got a meal for your meager aspiration. I'll be bathed in blue in them bygone ringing springs. One of us will live to see tomorrow.
You just witnessed Scott Stuewe. I'm Tony T. And this is Ohio Homegrown. Ride, the new song from Tony T's debut CD, Demo Dog. The sun is going down, nothing but the sweet sound of the surf giving up its Downloads can be had for 99 cents at cdbaby.com/artist/Tony T4 or TonyTBand.com. Click on the audio tab. Every day with you. Okay, and as I said before, Scott Stuewe is on the show today. Welcome to the show, Scott.
Tony.
Nice to have you.
That's great to be here.
Yeah. You are kind of a unique guy.
Well, I guess that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. I hate to ask you this question because it's hard to throw yourself in a box. And when you're an artist and you're doing what you do, you just do what you do. But if you had to classify your style of music, how would you do that?
Well, I played in a series of bands growing up. We always called it rockabilly swing when I was in a band. But lately, it's been kind of more finger-style-ish. And so it's really fingerstyle. It's kind of folk, but it also has, some musical theater roots. I mean, it's kind of more melodic than most folk. It's changier than most folks. It's got more to do with swing than it does with folk from a musical standpoint. But it's, we called it rockabilly swing, give somebody to hang something on. I get what that is, sort of.
Yeah.
So that's what we called it, but I don't really call it anything now. I just wait for people to look puzzled.
It's Scott Stuewe. Well, as I saw when you played your first song, you do have a very unique style. How did you, I guess, evolve to the finger picking thing? That's kind of a whole nother.
I started out finger picking pretty much from the beginning. I started playing guitar when I was like 4, and I played piano for a while, and my music teacher was terrible. I mean, she was a great music teacher for somebody who wanted to play piano and who wasn't 4. But I think I got donut crumbs on her keyboard or something, and she kicked me out.
Oh boy!
So my mom said that I had to play something, so I got a guitar, and I pretty much went to hang out at a place where I could take lessons as kind of a walk-down place, and like a never-ending series of junkies teaching me guitar. And so I'd have somebody new every 2 weeks, like, Judy can't play today. She's all jello-eyed in the back. And So I went with whoever was there. And, one guy said, here, let's just tune it this way. And he would put it in an open tuning and say, now come back next week and write a song. And I was like 5.
Wow.
So it was really pretty fun. And so then, I got really into Arlo Guthrie and that kind of thing. And my mom took me to see him. I learned to play Alice's Restaurant when I was like 8. And I don't know, might have been 10. I think my mom and I went to see Arlo at the Cowtown Ballroom when it was a Kansas City institution, that very famous place. Anyway, that's sort of the bare bones of what it is that I learned to do. Open tunings, finger picking, rag, and I never really learned any rag by anybody else. I always had sort of average guitar teachers who couldn't quite, teach me anything. So I never learned any covers to speak of.
Well, it sounds like you got thrown right in the fire right away, and you learned to swim.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. I have met some terrific people in Cleveland, and really great artists, up-and-comers, very impressive. Paulina Karakana, is really, really, really excellent. She's just about, I think, you're ready to put out an album, and her first studio album. And then there's a guy named Ray Flanagan, I think he's like 19. He's really, really excellent.
Oh boy,
he's
yeah.
blessed with a set of serious ears, and I really love his stuff. And then I really enjoy just the folk. There's a whole legion of unique folk players there. Gary Hall and Bob Salmon and the two Jims, which are kind of, I think, from this part of the world, Jim Williams and Jim Nolan.
Yeah.
Jim and Jim.
Yeah.
They actually were the ones. When I first came to Ohio, I was here for a year working without playing music at all, and I finally just got to the point where I had to do something. I had to get some music happening. So I Googled, I stay in Sandusky when I'm here. I used to anyway. I now stay in Cleveland some, but
Right.
I Googled Sandusky open mic, and I hit the Erie Kai. So
that's how you started going there, huh?
that's how I started going there.
How that happened.
Just walked in there, and it was, I think the first night I went there was actually Paul Frank's night. At that time, Paul Franks and Wayne Altman were going back and forth weekend, one week and then the other. And that was, that was kind of how I got going there. And I probably played there, Wednesdays for 2-3 months.
Okay.
And then Jim and Jim came, and they saw me play there, and they said, Jim Williams came up afterward and said, you really should play at the Winchester. You really like it there. And I'm like, Cleveland, it's really far away. I can do that. It's out of my, off the beaten track. And so I've just made one plan where I just said, well, I'm going to go in there and try that out and see if I can make that work. So I went and played the Winchester. The first time I played the Winchester, Gary Hall saw me there and said, I'll give you my recommendation to Brothers. You can play at the 10x3 at Brothers. I'm like, what's that? I don't know any of these places. So got kind of pulled into the orbit by Gary, and then, Facebook friended, I don't know, I got however many Facebook friends I have. More than half of them are in Ohio. It's really bizarre. I don't even live here.
So like that's where you're kind of making your musical, whatever, foundation here. It's,
Yeah. Well, I did manage to, for the first time in a really long time, I did play out in Kansas City last week, and I went to a blues jam, and broke in and played an acoustic set in the middle of the blues jam. And if you think that my style is strange for people who came to hear folk, you know how to see a blues crowd respond. They're like,
just we're getting it, huh?
I think they got it. I mean, it was fun, and a lot of people did enjoy it, I think. But they were definitely like, okay.
It's a left turn. It's definitely a left turn. Yeah, it's for sure.
So that was the.
But anyway, well, while we're here talking about it, why don't you play a couple more tunes for us?
I'd love that. Sounds great.
Alrighty. Well, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, Scott's going to play a little more.
Headlights beaming like burning balls of fire. Headlights beaming like burning balls of fire. Steering wheel a rumbling to the music on the wire. Moon on the highway is glowing like a stone.
Okay, we're back, and Scott's going to play a couple songs for us. His first song is called?
It's called Another Man.
Another Man. Scott Stuewe.
Thank you. Could have been born another man, another kind of man. Could have been born born another man, another Jerry, Dick, or Dan. Could have been born another man from another mama. There could have been the slightest tune that I could have taken. There could have been the slightest tune that I could have taken. There could have been the slightest tune, could have taught what I would have learned. Could have been born another man from another mama. Might have been started around the moon in a spinning circle. Might have been started around the moon in a spinning circle. Might have been started around the moon above a tent on a shadow dune. Could have been born another man from another mama. I might have been Rosa gonna cotton eating picking. I might have been Rosa gonna cotton eating picking. I might have been rolled on a cotton and all the fields are rotten. Could have been born another man from another mama. Could have had arms to hold in nights when the wind was colder. Could have had arms to hold in nights when the wind was colder. Could have had arms to hold in nights. Could have had you in my sights. Could have been born another man from another mama. There's a shoe kicking round on the road behind me. There's a shoe kicking round on the road behind me. There's a shoe kicking round, never saw who laid it down. Could have been born another man from another mama. Could have been born another man, another kind of man. Could have been since the first time we danced. I looked at you and you looked at me. Now everything else is a mystery. Don't you think? An occasional journey to the unforgettable would get got, and not forgettable would be written, and not be readable, and for what of it unbeatable could be sought, and can't forgettable travel to the end of memorable, find the font of love unendable, give it all for one amenity. To spend infinity in your vicinity. When I see you, I don't know where I've been. Is this the first day I've been alive? Have we interacted or get so distracted? Or when you whisper my name, be my friend, whisper it again. 'Cause I don't know where I've been.
It was a pleasure having Scott on the show this month. He has a very unique finger-picking style. We hope you enjoyed it. And once again, thanks for coming to Ohio Homegrown.